Hi, I'm Michael Turner, your friendly filmmaker, and in the last video we spoke about how you go about creating your film, coming up with the idea, writing a story, but today I want to talk about location scouting. Stay right there, you're going to want to see this. Okay, so you've written a script, you're ready to make your film. What do you do next? Well, look at your script, start looking at your scene headings, and look at the locations that you have for those scene headings and start listing those out, because you need to know, okay, where am I shooting this? Maybe one of your locations is a bathroom. Are you going to shoot in your bathroom, someone else's bathroom? Maybe the next location is a living room. Shooting in your living room, someone else's living room? I mean, is your living room good enough? Or are there certain things described in this living room in your story that need to be very specific and yours just doesn't cut it? Do you need to shoot on an expressway? You know, do you need to shoot in a school, in a hospital? You need to really figure this stuff out. And you also need to figure out whether or not, for your film, if it's feasible to actually shoot in those locations. So let's talk some examples here. So for my first film, one of the main locations was a bridge. I needed a bridge because the film dealt with a man who was about to commit suicide by jumping off of a bridge. Now, the problem was a lot of the bridges that I went to, you really couldn't be up on those bridges. It was illegal. You know, there was no trespassing signs and everything else. Plus, there was a little bit of danger to some of these bridges. One of them was a bridge that a train ran across. So probably not the best bridge. We found another bridge, or at least one of the actors mentioned another bridge to me, and I went and checked it out, and I thought to myself, it's not perfect, because it wasn't as high as the last bridge I had looked at, but it was pretty good. So I got excited about it, and that's where we ultimately shot the video. In hindsight, I actually wish we did not shoot the video there, because I just feel like the bridge just was not high enough. Or at least if I should have shot it in a different way and kind of faked some of the shots to make it look like it was a really, really high bridge. Like I should have went to a different bridge, shot some shots looking down, and then edited those in so that it gave the illusion that we were on a very, very high bridge. So that was kind of my fault. You can get creative like that. So you can shoot somewhere that's not practical, that's not going to give you the perfect shots, but then get the perfect shots from somewhere else and just edit those in. And that's what I should have done, but I didn't. But anyway, when you're location scouting, one thing that I didn't account for when I went to this bridge were the sounds in the environment. I went to the bridge and I was just very happy with it because there was no one there. It's just a location where no one really goes to. So I knew that we could shoot this thing and not be disturbed at all. And that was very important to me. And as a result, I just completely forgot about the fact that the sound wasn't great in that location.
Now you're clean. This is a good thing, right?
Not really, kid. All my son ever wanted was for his old man to get clean and to stop beating on his mother.
And the reason the sound wasn't great in that location was because there was a giant waterfall right behind the bridge. So as we were shooting, of course, you could always hear this loud gushing sound of water. And I did try to take that out in post, but it still didn't sound very good.
What are the odds? All the bridges in this town, you had to jump off of my bridge.
If you check out the movie, you'll hear exactly what I'm saying. So anyway, when you come up with your locations, it's very important to check for sounds. Make sure that the location is ideal for shooting and that the sounds are not too loud, that the natural background sounds are not going to be too loud and going to be competing against your actors while they're trying to, you know, talk their dialogue. Also, you got to make sure the location's open. Make sure that you can legally be in that location. Do you need permits and whatnot? I'm not going to lie. I typically do not do the permit thing. I just try to shoot in public locations or locations that I already own so that I don't have to get permits. But Some locations, private establishments or whatever, you may need permits. You know, don't just go into someone's bar and just start shooting. You know, you're probably going to want to ask permission before you start shooting. And if it's some type of state-owned building or something, you know, you might have to get permits in order to shoot there. Even shooting on public streets, you're really supposed to get permits, but yeah, who does that? Anyway, so yeah, location scouting is important. Go to the location, make sure it's going to work, make sure it's open. Is it gated? Is it, you know, are you shooting at night, and at night is there a gate that's closed and you can't get in? You know, all these things are important. So I would go to the location at the times that you're going to be shooting to make sure that the location is accessible at those times. Very important. And another thing that you want to look into is make sure there's not a ton of people at that location. Maybe this location is one that's like highly populated, and you're going to have people that are just walking into your shot nonstop and interrupting you. If that's the case, then you probably don't want to shoot at that location either. Or maybe you do. Maybe you want the people in the background, and maybe you're going to blur out all the people and it doesn't matter. But you got to take that into account as well. So look into those things. Other than that, when it comes to the locations that are in your script, like I said, it's just making sure that the locations that you're trying to shoot in are feasible. You know, shooting, you know, at the top of the Eiffel Tower and you live in Milwaukee and you have no money, it's probably not going to work. And it's probably going to be hard to fake that too. So probably not a good idea. You know, shooting, you know, inside a volcano, that's what it calls for in your script. And, you know, again, you have no damn money to even do the special effects to make that look real. It's probably not a good location. You might have to redesign your script a little bit to fit what is practical for you with the amount of skills you have and the amount of budget you have. So there are some tips about selecting your locations, scouting your locations. Hopefully you find that helpful. And if you like this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe to my channel for more videos where we'll talk about more filmmaking tips and equipment and everything else. I guess I'll see you soon. Thanks for watching.